You're making beats for months and years, you feel that your production is getting better and better, you start to grow some ambition to start selling your beats, working with rappers, but you still have no results. You are still getting 100 views on your YouTube type beats, there is no rapper in your DMs and you still make no money from your beats. I also used to be there and I found the way out. I'm Mordarski and I can help you make your first K selling beats. In the January in 2023, but it was generally like at the end of the 2022 and beginning of 2023. So I was something like, I don't know, 18 months in the game, so year and a half. I've never made any money from selling my beats at this point, but I was like, already producing them for a while, okay? I also been putting my beats to the internet, but to be honest, with no clear result, okay? Because I've hit like 1,000 views on one beat, I think, but still I had literally no rappers in my DMs. I had like no emails from no labels. I had no like real collabs. Okay, people were not using my beats even like for free. People were not really interested in my stuff at that point, even though I've made like this 1,000 views. For some producer already seems nice, but it was literally still nothing for me. But at some point, it was actually, by the way, after I've tried to be a rapper for a while, so I've made like a rap group with a bunch of my friends, but at some point I thought, fuck, like this rap thing doesn't really go that good. I think I will go back into producing, okay? Because for a while I wasn't even putting out my beats online because I was only producing for like those rap songs. At some point I think, fuck, like those songs are not going anywhere. I want to go back into producing. I want to get serious into this. So first time in my life I'm sitting and thinking, yeah, what should be my next move? How will I actually start making progress with my beats? Because at that point, I was running my YouTube channel, which is while I'm recording this still my most popular YouTube channel, and that got like this 1,000 views. But I was making like sometimes old school type beats, sometimes some trap type beats, sometimes just Lil Pump type beats. So I had no like upload schedule. I was generally just fucking around. I had no idea what I'm actually doing. Okay, so I made the decision that I need to analyze my situation. So I'm just looking at my channel and I think, okay, I have this data with my beats and feedback from actual rappers listening to them. So what kind of beat gave me the best feedback, okay? And I'm looking, are those Lil Pump type beats? Not really. Maybe some, I don't know, trap type beats? Not really. Maybe some typical boom bap type beats? Still not really. But I'm looking, whoa, I have this NWA type beat, this old school West Coast type beat inside of 80s, 90s, and it has like 1,000 views. And another beat still is, let's say it was like, I don't know, 50 Cent type beat, Dr. Dre type beat, whatever, like, few hundred views. And other beats have like 20 views, 50 views. So I'm thinking, okay, it seems like I have the best feedback for this NWA type of beat. So I just sat. I literally after this thought, I'm sitting, I'm making beat for a few hours, I upload it. Okay, and next day I'm doing the same thing, next day the same thing, and the beautiful thing, this first beat that I've made already started working. Okay, they literally started getting me a lot of views from like first days. Okay, so they were my total like #1 performers for a while. I was making beat after beat and all of them were doing really great, and I stick to that for like few weeks, like few months, like let's say, I know, some part of January, February, definitely March. In April I started fucking around and it kind of started to go down, but for a few months I was on the grind every day. I was getting more and more views every day. It was really going great at this point. And yeah, after making this decision of going into NWA type beats and sticking to that for a while, actually after a few weeks of that, I've made more views in one day than I used to get in 1 month or even more. Okay, because I know I get like 4,000 views in one day. Before that, I was struggling to get barely like 3,000 views in 1 month. Yeah, okay, like, and I would say that in my best week, I've made more views. So I reached out to more rappers than I earlier done in whole my fucking life before that. In like, still being more than a year in the game. Okay. By the way, the quick disclaimer, because I always tell you how to make money. I started making money from those beats later because generally getting those views didn't bring me any money at all. Honestly, I didn't get like a lot of money at that point. I didn't get, and I haven't made any sale in this like period of blowing up my channel. But generally, like, I built my brand. I got some recognition. I had some, positive feedback from the YouTube that I'm making something good with my beats. So literally, the whole thing that I had to do to start making progress, because before that, I had actually no progress on YouTube, because sometimes I was getting like 50 views and then 100 views. I had no rappers in DMs. I haven't made any money. I had on my profile on Instagram that was connected to those beats, I think that I had 20 followers or something like that, and all of them were my friends from real life anyway. So I went from this guy who was just actually making beats from himself, because nobody was actually using them, nobody was buying them, to guy who was reaching out to thousands of rappers every day at some point with his beats. Okay, I started seeing actual results and blowing up this channel. Like in the long run, now it brings me sales still every week, every month. Okay, so it still like works for me. It is something that still has impact on my life, and I've done it with this in this really simple way. Okay, I had to make like brain dead, simple, basic plans. Just I will make YouTube, I will make NWA old school West Coast style beats for a while. I will make like more of those beats that brought me some views in like previous months. Then I will just have to stick to it. So I will have to use some basic disciplines, just make few beats a week and post them every week, okay, for a few weeks. So I just need some like bare minimum discipline for that. And I need to shut my intrusive thoughts for a while. So even if one beat doesn't get some views, so I'm posting a beat, it gets like 1,000 views, another beat 2,000 views, and then beat number 3 I get like 100 views. So it seems like fuck, maybe it doesn't work, maybe I should change my content. No, I just had to shut my intrusive thoughts for a while and think, just trust the process, like upload those beats. You can clearly see it's working, so just don't overthinking and stick to the process for a while. Okay, and that's literally what I had to do. And that's literally what you have to do. If you're producing for a while and you still actually have you don't really have connections with rappers, you don't make any money, you don't have any few hundred subscribers or followers on Instagram, it means that it's not even about your beats at this point. It's about your marketing, it's about lack of strategy, lack of discipline to just put out stuff every day to the internet. Because most of you guys, most of producers, I can see that they're reaching out to me on Instagram, that they're checking out my stuff, that are giving me follows. I'm checking out your social media, I'm checking out your YouTube, your Instagram. I'm just checking what is your problem, because I can see a producer who's telling me that he's producing for a few years. His beats are decent, but he makes no money. But what's the reason of making no money? The reason of making no money is making no views. And now I'm thinking, okay, why does he make no views? His beats are not that bad. He already should get some views with them. The problem is, most of you guys just make some beats, try to put them once on Instagram, once on TikTok, then you do some cold outreach, then you try to do some loops, then you run one YouTube channel, second YouTube channel, then you're on one YouTube channel, but you change your content every now and then, okay? So maybe you get into some new business model that you are now trying to make some playlists for studying, and that's nice, but if you do this for only 1 or 2 videos and then you switch to making type beats again on the same channel, you will bury your progress, okay? The biggest problem of you guys is not you don't lack some knowledge about strategy. You don't lack good beats. You don't even lack skills of marketing, okay? Because I thought about skills of marketing. It's not actually about skills of marketing. You just lack discipline. Because you are overthinking, okay? Because you're doing something for a few days or a few weeks and then you stop that because you see no results. Man, on this my first channel, I don't think that I've made any real view for like 3 months of posting, okay? I wasn't really disciplined to this posting because really my first days of producing and posting my beats, but I made like 0 views, okay? So if from the long run, when you think logically, you think, okay, this guy was producing for a year and he literally made no views in this year. I think that not a single real rapper could see my beats in that period, okay? No results for years straight. But after that, right now, I've made thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of views. I work with ton of rappers. I have actual popular songs on Spotify with them, okay? And now you are watching me and then getting knowledge from me. If I was thinking too much, after 1 year, I should think, yeah, if I can see results after 1 year, it will not work in the long run. But the truth is, it worked. It works. Okay, so literally the only thing you need to do is you need to shut your intrusive thoughts. This is the most important part of the process. You don't need complicated plan. You don't even need a good plan. You need some kind of a plan to just stick to something for a while and then stick to it for a few weeks, and then you will see if it works or not. So I want to give you action steps for this video because I'm just telling you what's wrong, but If I don't give you actual directions, you will just stay in the loop, okay? Because I don't want to see like more producers making proper beats on my level or like better level than me, just getting no views, no money, still have to go to school to some shitty 9 to 5, while they could already go full time, okay? Or at least like, you know, make some extra money, get some recognition. Like, you know, I don't want to see proper fucking music on your Google Drive start there forever, okay? I want you to start getting those views. So I'll tell you literally what you have to do, okay? If you're a producer for more than a year and you like, if you haven't made a single dollar from your beats, that's like when you start to apply that, okay? Because if you already have like thousands of subscribers or something, that's a different story. But if you have no results, but you already are a producer for more than a year, let's go, okay? So at first, you need to develop some kind of your sound, which means you want to copy some kind of sound. You want to copy sound of Metro Boomin, copy sound of Dr. Dre, you want to copy some of sound of Pierre Byrne, you want to get inspiration from something, and then you want to develop your own thing from that. So you will basically make some, Future type beats, Metro Boomin type beats, 21 Savage type beats, you know, Rage, Playboy Carti type beats, whatever. Maybe it will be some house, maybe it will be some pop type beats. One specific sound, one specific niche, okay? You just want to make sure that, for example, I'm making only country type beats, okay? For a while. Then you choose one platform for just, getting new customers, getting rappers seated. So what I suggest, you can use TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. These are only 3 options, okay? And I suggest going on YouTube if you have no skills of creating proper content. Then you stick to one type of content. So on YouTube it will be only type beats, but on Instagram it's more complex. I covered it in my course, by the way. I will give a link in the description. But you stick to only one type of content on one platform, okay? You don't use 2 platforms, 2 types of content. No, one platform, one type of content. You only one type of specific sound, and you upload there daily for next 28 days, okay? After those 28 days, if you have like no results, so no views, no subscribers, no followers, it means that maybe your sound is bad, like your sound is bad or your content is bad, okay? It's not, don't feel that it's luck at this point. If after 28 days, it's always about your beats or about your content, okay? But I think that even if your beats suck, even if your content sucks, after 28 days you will see some progress, and then you can check, okay, in those 28 days, what kind of shit worked the best for me, what kind of specific, let's say, beat, and then you repeat it, and then you stick it for next year, okay? And then you will start making money, okay? Right, so just one type of sound, one platform, one type of content, 28 days, boom, okay? And then you can think about some long-term plan. Right now you just need to stick to something for 28 days, because I'm telling you, 90% of producers have never stick to anything for more than a month, or like more than a week, okay? So if you do this, you already get to top 10% easily, man, to 10% easily, okay? So if you like my advice from this video and you would like to get more, so for example, I don't know, get like a 10 hours course on selling beats only from me, you can go into first link in the description, because yeah, that's actually what I'm selling, this 10 hours course on selling beats. I will also add some course on making better beats soon, but we also have this community in this product, so you can connect with other producers that are also watching my content, and I also will upload exclusive the weekly content, and I will also run weekly meetings with you. I will answer your questions, I will give you some general advice from me on those video calls. So I go into first link in the description. That's all for today. Bye.